Grand Rising family, how you guys doing out there? It's Robert Greene Jr. from Search Me Foundation, LLC, and searchmefoundation.org. Make sure you guys looking for us. We're on all social media networks. I mean, all you got to do is search in Search Me Foundation or in Search Me Foundation, LLC, or you can just look me up by my name, Robert Greene Jr., and we are there. We follow back. YouTube as well. We're on YouTube under my name, Robert Greene Jr., so you can get the visuals with the audio, and it'd be perfect, good to go. Family, how have you guys been? I'm ecstatic. I'm glad to be back. It's going to be a lot more content posted on a regular now. Like for my short time of absence, I've been real busy, and a lot of stuff that's going to come compare to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be health is wealth. There's a lot of some things that I want to talk about with my own personal health that I wasn't paying close attention to, which I should have, because I say health is wealth. That is the riches you must attain, a healthy living. And due to the fact of me not taking care of myself in certain issues, I had health issues as right now. It was nothing that I feel like I could have prevented, but it's something that I could have probably stopped before the progression. So like I'm saying, today is health is wealth. Take care of your health. Okay, first thing I wanna touch on is like I do doctor visits regularly. I have a dermatologist. I have a regular doctor. Um, so I'm having an issue with my foot, and sorry just to dive in everything. I just got to give you guys. It's a lot going on, so I just want to tell you guys. It's not an excuse, but just an explanation of what's been going on and why I've been absent for a while. Uh, Business wise as well too. Everything's booming. Everything's going good on my personal business. So, but on the health wise, give you a quick rundown that's going down, and we'll get back on topic of why health is wealth. But I'm building onto that by telling you guys what's going on with me personally. Okay, so I'm making the checkup to the doctor, and this was not just a normal checkup. I was actually going to a foot doctor in regards of having an ingrown toenail, which I known after my return from Jamaica, and I'm like, have this trip planned for Hawaii, and I'm like, hey man, feet gotta be A1. I'm just one of those guys that I feel like your body is something important. And a guy had told me a long time ago. He said you want to take care of your feet, you only get two. Take care of your hands, you only get two. Your eyes, you only get two. Your nose and your life, you only get one of those. So I had went to the foot doctor, and I have having an ingrown toenail on my big toe, and I had an issue going on with another toe. And I noticed it, and it started off as a little mole, but it kept growing and growing and growing, and I'm not realizing. I'm just thinking of the basis of the work that I do, and I work in boots all the time. So I'm thinking maybe it's something come from the boots, because this little mole, it grew, and the more it grows, I'm having discomfort with it. It's not enough where I'm just like, man, something's wrong with my foot, something wrong with my foot. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe if I put a little more cocoa butter, we're gonna go to the cocoa butter, something like cocoa butter, oil it up, take care of my feet. Then when it became a major issue is one time I went to get a pedicure. Guys, ladies, you know how important it is, but guys, it's important to take care of your feet. So a monthly pedicure is something I advise, something I do is something I do with my daughter. So that's like father-daughter bonding time for me and relaxation time. Before the pandemic, they were giving out wine, so I get my glass of wine, get a little red wine or a little Chardonnay, and I would sit there and read my books. I love reading because it's very relaxing when you're getting the full treatment. You're getting the massage and you're getting the hot stones and everything. You feel I can go days and days about the pedicure, but anyway. So I'm getting a pedicure. My normal lady who does my pedicure, she's like, she noticed this is mole and it grows bigger, and she's like, maybe I can cut it down. So she's trying to cut it down. First thing you do is start bleeding, a lot of blood. So I'm still not paying much attention to it. So when I'm at the foot doctor, and shout out Dr. Kobe White, love you, went up and beyond for what he was actually paid to do. I was worried about the ingrown toenail. I'm not worried about this issue that's going on in my foot. The toe right next to the big toe. I call it the middle finger toe. I don't know the correct terminology for it. I never looked it up, but I'm pretty sure it has a name. But I'm just gonna say the middle finger toe. So I have this issue on my middle finger toe, and on my big toe I had the ingrown toenail. So Dr. Kobe White, he's removing the ingrown toenail, and he's like, what is this issue going on with your middle finger toe, like I say? And I'm like, I don't know. I told him it started very small and it eventually grew. And I didn't think anything of it. I said, I think it's something from my boots. And he's like, nah, this is very, very unusual. So he said, at first he was like, maybe it's a callus. So he has his saw. He saws it down and blood just started gushing everywhere. So this one issue that I'm thinking nothing of is, he's like, no, this is something. So he's like, let me take a sample of it. He takes a sample, sends it off, and he's like, I'm do a biopsy, and he's like, we'll see what it is. So I'm just carry on with life, not even worrying about it. And in the 2 week period it takes for the biopsy comes back, he calls me in his office, and he's like, Mr. Green. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, according to the biopsy, it looks like you have a melanoma. So I'm like, okay, a melanoma. Let me get rid of this stuff. So like, he was like, no, this is a serious issue. So he gives me his paperwork to look at, and I'm like, well, I have a doctor and I have my own dermatologist, and I want to go ahead and get their opinion on what's going on so we can see if it's something serious. So I scheduled an appointment for the next week to go to my dermatologist to, see what's going on with my toe, because your feet in the line of work I do, it's your moneymaker. It's not. The physical strength, which you don't need too much to do what we do. You're handling quite right. If you could do 150, you're good to go. But your feet, I'm always on the move. I'm always on the go. Even at home, when I'm carrying groceries and doing things, these feet are so important. So I scheduled this appointment the following week, and I go see my dermatologist, and I'm like, and by this time, I looked at melanoma. My heart's like, oh my God, melanoma, melanoma, melanoma. And I was explaining to a coworker, and they were like, how do you feel? And I'm like, since I noticed melanoma was a type of cancer, I'm like, my mind psyched me out. And every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, my leg's on fire. My whole entire leg is on fire right now because I have melanoma, which I didn't know beforehand what it really was. And I, like, Google's gonna give you everything, and I'm like, oh man, like 3 weeks I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna be dead, I'm gonna be gone. So I went to my dermatologist, and he actually cut a bigger sample. He cut it off, and now with this big cut, it's irritating to work, but I'm consider myself a locomotive, and I keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing. I push through the pain. I keep going. So 2 weeks finally fly by, and plus I'm going through the pain from the ingrown tendon that cut it completely off. So my leg is hurting, but I'm still gonna push through. That's one thing. My grandfather. It's some people look at it as harsh treatment, but I look at it as a tough love, and I'm not saying anybody else has to do it, but it's just like the way that my mind works and my goals. I feel like my goals and my dreams were bigger than the pain. So I pushed through. So 2 weeks later, I get a call back from my dermatologist, and he tell me, he said, no, it's just a squamish carcinoma. But he said he actually thought it was melanoma as well. So he said, but I'm going to send you off to somebody I feel like can handle the situation and get it better. So he sends me off to MD in Houston. He's like, man, we're going to get this right, but I just want to put it in their hands and let them handle the situation. Since it's so close to the nerve of my toe, we might have to move the toe. So, okay. So that's another 2 weeks later. So now my mindset is, you know what? I'm about to lose a toe. I changed my name to Nine Toe Rob, you know. I had to have a mindset, but I actually got my mind figured out, man. You know what? I'm going to lose this toe. They said they got to kill the cancer cells, maybe do a chemo 1 or 2, and we'll kill these cells. We'll be good to go. It's a squamish. We were right back to work in no time. You could proceed with your daily living. Okay, here we go. So then I get up there. First, when I get up there, it's just like I had got taken out of my element real fast because I drove myself and my mom, my girlfriend's in the car, and they're like, but I drove. So I park at the patient drop off and I get out the car at the driver's side, and the valet comes and he is livid. He is livid. He is mad. He's going off on me. And like clearly my girlfriend's going to the front seat. My mom's in the car. He is going off. You cannot park here. This is patient drop off and the valet. Started cussing and yelling. Now I'm out of my element. Now you're gonna take me to 2000 and 1998, Rob. You're gonna take me to this element now because I felt like I'm in this. You're rushing me. You're disrespecting me. You're putting me into this other element, and my defense level went up far because once of all, you're not going to. Especially, I feel like I'm in defense mode because I have these. I had my mom and my girlfriend in the car, so I'm in defense mode because I feel like in the baby. So I'm like, if you're attacking me, you're attacking them, or you're in the pursuit attacking them. So my mind red. I flip out. I get mad, but security comes out. They understand the situation. They say this guy has been getting into it with a lot of people. They give me a 1-800 number to call and contact. But that's off base. But back to the story as we're talking about. So get up there, great doctors. Love the doctors to death. The doctor had me in a room. He was like, yeah, okay, so according to the paperwork and the referral, it's a squamish, so we're looking at it. So he cuts it off. Okay, he cuts it off, and he has another doctor come in the room before he cuts it off, and he's like, man, you ever seen anything like this? He was like, nah, it doesn't look quite like the normal squamish, so I'm thinking that was going to be it, and maybe lose a toe or something. This one time, we're going to get the situation done, we're going to get the situation handled, and it's like, here we go again. He's like, no, I'd rather do a biopsy because we're here to treat you for a squamish, and it's looking more like melanoma. So they want me to come back in after the biopsy and say if it is melanoma, we got a CAT scan, make sure it doesn't start from anywhere else, because he said that is a strange spot for it to start at your toe. He's saying, not saying it could have, but so I'm just on a waiting game. And that's why I want to get to health as well. If I would have noticed it when it was a little mole, hey, this mole right here is displaced. This doesn't look right. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't seem right. I could have focused on it, but I'm glad we got the situation working out and we got it cooking up before anything, progress or anything. And I'll just be a memory, as of right now. I'm out of work. They took me out of work for a while, for a few months, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because there's a lot of things I need to physically get caught up on. I need to mentally get caught up on, and I need to spiritually get caught up on. So I'm taking this time to reinvent myself, rebuild myself, and grow in the process. So I just want to make sure you guys know that health is wealth. If you notice anything, something small, something that grew, something was not there, listen to me. You guys call a physician up. Hey, I just want to get checked up. Ain't nothing wrong with checking up. your car runs hot, you want to go get it checked up. Your body is your car, your vehicle, your vessel. You want to keep it going. You want to keep it maintenance. You want to have it as good as can be. So I'm telling you guys, take care of yourselves. I love each and every one of y'all. I just want to give you guys an explanation of what's been going on, not an excuse, an explanation. But now, since I have this time, I can focus on getting back to where I was at, and that is with you guys. Health is wealth. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. I would take care of myself. Um, I have family members with cancer and stuff like this. So, and I'm not really just trying to, it's a cancer, but I'm not trying to, deviate or, just shape up the fact that, hey, man, I'm walking around here with cancer. I'm going to call it for what it is. So far as we know, before the biopsy comes back, maybe melanoma, maybe carcinoma, or maybe something in between the lines. I haven't looked and researched anything because I have been busy. I've been reading more. My foot has been elevated. I've been off my feet. I tried yesterday to get on my feet and walk around, and it bust out bleeding. So now I'm understanding why they gave me a few restrictions and why I can't do certain things. But all in all, guys, I love each and every one of y'all. Health is wealth. Thank you guys for your support and your love and for tuning in. And Green's Family Creations for all your needs, for all your printing. I just did a dope photo shoot for my cousin for her graduation. I will share that with you guys. Make sure y'all stay tuned. And I'm back now, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all have a blessed day.